Hello, and welcome to this masterclass. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 crucial steps when you want to use law of attraction in your business to hit any business or any income goal. So thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kirsty. I'll introduce myself in a little while. And I'm just really excited to have you here sharing this knowledge with you, because everything I'm about to share, unlike things that you will learn in your business when you're trying to figure out what to do, unlike when you're learning about Facebook strategies or the latest TikToks that go viral or algorithms or all these things that are constantly changing, what I'm about to share with you is it's life-changing, but it's also timeless, which means the information I share with you today, when applied, you can apply it over and over and over again for the rest of your life. It will never stop working, because we're working with universal laws and we're working with the power of the mind in this masterclass. So it's absolutely timeless and powerful, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that you're sat on a gold mine right now with what you already have inside of you. So let's get started. I'll just share my screen with you. There we go. So today we're going to be talking about the 3 crucial steps in using law of attraction to hit any business and income goal. And this presentation, this masterclass, is for purpose-driven female entrepreneurs who want it all and aren't ashamed to say it. So I'm going to help you discover how successful entrepreneurs are leveraging the law of attraction to explode their business. And I'm going to share 3 simple steps that will transform your business and the results that you're currently getting. So if you are here because you are struggling to use law of attraction in your business, or perhaps you're here because you've heard a lot about it, maybe you've watched The Secret and you just can't understand how to practically apply this information, these concepts to your business and real life, because when we go to our minds and we imagine that we can achieve all these things, it feels wonderful. But then when we come to the day-to-day grind and we're actually trying to create a business that we love whilst using law of attraction principles, it can be quite challenging. So perhaps you want to learn how to use law of attraction in the right way in your business. Perhaps you want to learn how to stop manifesting unwanted results and actually manifest the results that you want and that you know deep down that you're capable of getting. Perhaps you want to break through any hidden income ceilings that are currently capping what you earn right now and how big your business is getting. Perhaps, like me, you're trying all the strategies, you're trying all the things, you've bought all the courses, and it just feels like nothing's working. And you know that manifestation works. You've seen other people using law of attraction in their business effectively and making these quantum leaps and just having transformational change, transformational results. And you're just wondering why it's not happening for you. Maybe you even think that it can't happen for you. You can't do it. So whatever reason has brought you here today, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe you attracted this conversation. Then I just want you to know there is nothing wrong with you. You are just as capable as everyone else that you've seen to create any results that you want, anything that is aligned to you, anything that you desire. You can use those same techniques. So it's absolutely available to you and you can absolutely do it. And I'm going to break down a really simple process to help you understand how to make it a practical strategy in your business. So what we're going to cover is the law of attraction and the law of vibration. So I just want to go over some quick recaps, some quick reminders of the fundamental laws of attraction and vibration. So if you already know about this, it's always good to have reminders. Our minds love repetition. It really, really helps us reprogram the subconscious. And if you don't know much about law of attraction, that's absolutely fine. I've got you covered. We're going to have a really quick go over it so that you understand the principles and the fundamentals. So I'm also going to cover 3 key mistakes that most struggling entrepreneurs are making and why they keep manifesting results that they don't want. And then we will talk about those 3 simple steps to using law of attraction effectively in your business. So if you decide at the end of this that you want to go deeper with this work, I'm also going to be sharing an opportunity and a special offer with you at the very end. But just from this content I share with you today, you will be able to walk away from this masterclass and start implementing what I teach you. So this is what students who take this action, who actually implement the things that I'm going to be sharing with you and actually implement it into their business and lives. These are the kinds of results that they get. So this was Stephanie. She came to work with me and she referred to herself as a hot mess. They were not my words. I got her to change the narrative, of course. But she referred to herself as a hot mess. She was stressed and anxious. She was living in fear and doubt. She was going to bed every night at about 3:00. She was working till 3:00 in the morning. She was getting up with her kids at 7:00 every day, trying to be the best mum that she could be, and then working on her business for the rest of the afternoon and the night, whenever the kids were busy or occupied or taken care of. And she was just working so hard, so much. And she was just living in fear. She was bubbling full of anxiety. And after applying some of the work that I'm going to be sharing with you, the concepts that I'm going to be teaching you, she was able to radically shift how she thought, how she felt, and how she behaved on a daily basis. And as a result of that, she was able to grow her business 11 times. So she had 11 times growth. She was more happy and confident on a daily basis. She was more aligned. I even remember her in those later coaching sessions that we had in the later calls, seeing her just calm and centered with a knowing and a trust that it was all working out. Her fear of debt, her fear of not being able to do it, her fear of not being good enough, all the ways that she was self-sabotaging and holding herself back started to eliminate and be released as she stepped into her own power and started to grow a business and a life on her terms, by her design, and without limits. And this was another student of mine. This was Joanna. And just as a result of doing these things that I'm going to be sharing with you, she started to get more work opportunities. She actually landed a dream client, an ongoing contract with a dream client. And for any female entrepreneur around, you probably would know this dream client. I can't share it, but you'd probably know if I was to mention who it was. So it's absolutely fantastic what she managed to achieve. She never thought in a million years she'd be able to do something like that. She said that doing this kind of work's like a gym membership for your brain. She started getting more opportunities without even doing anything different. So this is why mindset's so important, because you can do the same things. And once you work on you and who you're being and you make these shifts inside, you can do the same things, but they are 10 times, 20 times, 100 times more effective. So she didn't do anything differently, got more clients, got more opportunities, and landed herself a dream client. And it's all because she started to believe that she was both capable and she deserved it. So 3 more important things to note before we start is what I'm about to share with you can be applied to any person, business, niche, or any level of business. So if you're sat there thinking, is this for me? If you're an entrepreneur, it's for you. It can even be for you if you haven't started your business and you've just got a business idea. It's for you if you've had a business for 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, 3 years. It's for you if you're at 1K months, 5K months, 10K months, 50K months, 100K months. It's for anyone in their business who wants to break through to that next level and wants a simple process to doing that. You can use this to hit any income goal, any business goal, and even you can apply the concepts to any personal goal. It's absolutely timeless. As I said, you can apply today and in 40 years. You can keep coming back to it because unlike the latest algorithms, the way your mind works does not change. And just in case, because this is something I was always guilty of, just in case you're thinking, I already know this stuff, the mind starts going, doesn't it? Or perhaps I've tried to manifest before, it just doesn't work for me. Just hear me out. Just bear with me. Just give me the next 60 minutes and I will be able to show you a different way. I want to encourage you to stay open. And what if you set the intention that this time was going to be different? What if you set the intention that this time you were going to receive something in a way you've never received it before? That you were going to hear something, understand something, you were going to get a big moment of clarity, a big breakthrough. If you set that intention and allow your subconscious mind to start filtering what I say to give you that breakthrough, wouldn't that be 60 minutes worth spent just for that? So please stay open. Please come with an open mind, stick with me, and I will show you why what I'm sharing with you is worth listening to and it's life-changing. So you might be thinking that all sounds amazing, but who are you? So you may have never met me before. You may not be in my world at all yet. You may be just coming into my world. You may have seen me on lots of different lives, lots of different videos, YouTube, Facebook. You may be an old client. So, but for those of you that don't know who I am, that haven't heard my story, my name is Kirsty Kamarauskas. I am a success coach and a law of attraction mentor. I have been in the online world for 13 years now. So 13 years of running online businesses. And I help purpose-driven female entrepreneurs move from stuck and frustrated to aligned and unstoppable. I help them unlock the infinite power of their mind so that they can create a business and life of their dreams. So I invested over $50,000 in personal development over the last few years. And this even included a 6-month mentorship with Bob Proctor. So I was so lucky last year, before he sadly passed this year, I was so lucky to be able to spend 6 months with him, where I learned from him every single week in a live call. He taught us, he mentored us, he answered our questions. I got my questions answered, speaking to him on Zoom. It was absolutely fantastic. So as well as a load of other time, energy, resources that I've invested into my personal development and understanding the mind and law of attraction. So that those 6 months with Bob, he was one of the world leaders in human potential and human growth, was a fantastic experience. And I've been able to share everything I learned with him, with my clients, with my students, and also on masterclasses like this and workshops with people who aren't quite yet working with me, but still want to hear and learn from some of the things that I've got to share. So how did this actually affect me in my business? Well, it was around 6 years ago. And I already had a business. I'd had a business for several years, and I actually separated from my husband. I moved away with my 2 children. We didn't move far, but far enough that it was somewhere different. So we were literally starting again. And at this time, I understood that I had already been looking to create more financial security in my life. So I'd had a business with a business partner for maybe 6 years or something like that, maybe 4 or 5 years at this point. And it was going well and it was fine. It created us a lifestyle of freedom. It was brilliant. We weren't having to do a lot and we were getting paid and we were living how we wanted to live. So it's fantastic. But I suddenly thought, what if it goes? And then as soon as I was on my own, I remember that I didn't have a pension. What if my business goes? I need some more security. My income is now, my income's the same, but the family income's halved. The bills are the same. So I went on a mission to try and create another source of income. So this led me to falling down a rabbit hole of personal development, of doing all the courses, all the strategies, all the things, constantly looking for new opportunities to help me make that money. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried doing Airbnb and providing serviced accommodation. So I was renting out apartments as holiday lets. I was trying to do all these things, but nothing was really working. Nothing was really sticking. And I spent a couple of years, 2 or 3 years doing this, learning more, trying more, trying to understand funnels, trying to understand Facebook ads, trying to do all these things to hit this goal. And nothing seemed to be working and I couldn't understand why. So I started internalizing it. I started thinking there was something wrong with me. I started building so much doubt in my mind that actually I can't do this. Who am I? Like, this is crazy. I'm the only person in the world who can't make this happen. And then the main business started failing. So the thing I was worried about the most, the thing I feared the most, suddenly stopped working. And then we had our worst quarter ever. Our sales were going down 30% on a month. And we were suddenly faced with the reality that in just a few months, our business will be over, because it was rapidly declining to that degree. So at this point, I was just like, there's something so wrong with me. Now, whatever's going on with me, because I'd understood law of attraction, I understood that I was attracting things and I was creating things, but I was trying so bloody hard. I was trying so hard and I was so frustrated. And then watching the other business start to fail, I'm just like, what is wrong with me? There's something wrong with me. I don't know why I can't do it. And then it was just after the Christmas time. So it was in the New Year sometime. And I just thought, there's only one thing I've got left to try. I've tried learning all these different things. I have so much knowledge now. I should be a rock star online, in any business I try. I know all the knowledge. So why are things not working? So this was the year that I dedicated to my mindset, and to law of attraction, understanding, I wanted to understand everything about it. I wanted to understand about my subconscious mind. I wanted to understand why I was attracting things that I didn't want, even though I was trying so hard, even though I was thinking positively, even though I'd listen to Abraham Hicks all the time. I'd meditate in the mornings. I did gratitude. Why was it not working for me when I was following all the things they tell you to do? So I went on a deep discovery journey where I really got to know me. I got to understand. The first thing I did was take a 4-week, at the time, mindset manifestation course where I started delving into some of this stuff. Then I went on to take another one. I then went on to do Joe Dispenza's, I think it was about 9 or 11 weeks worth of his program. And I continued to invest in myself, learning, reading all the books, like understanding what it was and how I was in this position where I was creating this. And obviously then I went on to Bob Proctor. I did one of Bob Proctor's other programs as well, all sorts. So what happened was I didn't realize that I had a program running in my subconscious mind that was literally controlling how much money I earn, the amount of joy and happiness in my life. I did not know that I had this, what we call a paradigm. So it's a set of unconscious beliefs. We'll talk about this in a bit. Unconscious beliefs, thoughts, and ideas that were literally controlling my life. They were controlling my behavior. They were controlling my point of attraction, and they were controlling what I brought into my life. And I had no idea. So on a conscious level, I was trying really hard, but on a subconscious level, I was pushing it all away. I was repelling it, right? So there was that push-pull. So that's why I was getting nowhere. So as soon as I started doing this work, within just a few weeks, things started changing. It happened with how I felt and how I was thinking. That, first of all, started changing massively. And then as soon as that started changing, I started attracting different things, different situations and circumstances. I started attracting the right people to help me on this journey. I started attracting the answers, the solutions, the ideas. My mind was getting clear. And within about 3 months, I'd say, of initially starting to do this work, well, within the first couple of months, the sales started going up again. So they stopped on that decline. They started going up just ever so slightly. Within 3 months, they'd doubled. And then within about 5 or 6 months, they'd tripled. So we didn't only save our business, we actually turned it around, because at this time when I decided I'm going all in on this, and actually, as I'm going all in on this, I am going to create a crazy goal for myself and my business partner. We agreed it. We are going to go, we're not just going to try and survive or try and save our business. That is not that's not an amazing goal to try and really go after. That's not going to fill us with motivation, inspiration, and joy. So we set a £1 million sales goal. So £1 million in a 12-month period. And it took us just over a year. And then we hit it. £1 million sales in 12 months. So we didn't just save our business. We had a quantum leap and we radically changed everything. So this is why I'm so passionate. This led me on to being here today, helping other female entrepreneurs do the same, unlock their power within, so they don't have to spend 3 years investing thousands and thousands of pounds in strategies that aren't going to work until they establish what it is inside of them that's actually holding them back, that's actually stopping them from getting the results that they want, that's actually creating and affecting and impacting their point of vibration, that's actually determining what's coming to them. So that led me on to becoming a coach, finding my purpose, and helping women all around the world to radically shift their business from the inside out. So let's just talk about the fundamentals. Let's just talk about some fundamentals of law of attraction and law of vibration. So the law of attraction is a universal law. It's like the law of gravity. It's always on. It's never off. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't work for a dog but not work for a human. It doesn't work for a human and not for a pen. Like the law of gravity, it applies to everyone and everything at all time. Okay, so it's always on. You've been manifesting since the day you were born. We all have. Now, what we want to understand is, how does this work? So ultimately, what we think about is what we bring about. So everything in our life has first started as a thought in our mind. Think of inventions. It's exactly the same. The Wright brothers with the aeroplane, Edison with the light bulb, every single invention, every single thing that has been created has started off with an idea in the mind. Thoughts become things. So if you know law of attraction, you will have heard this. Thoughts become things, okay? What you think about and then add strong emotion to manifests in the physical reality. So the more emotion we add to these thoughts, the more energetic charge they have, the more powerful and the more potent signal they then send out. So we are like a broadcasting station, okay? So we're sending out through our thoughts, our emotions, and our energy and our actions. And then law of attraction is matching whatever we send out and bringing us people, conditions, things that match what we're sending out. It's like attracts like. And you're always going to attract back what you are in resonance with. Okay? So law of attraction is constantly responding to your conscious and your subconscious mind all the time. So that's why this work is so important. So law of vibration then, what is that? So The Secret, if you've read The Secret, if you haven't, definitely it's a must read or must watch. It's on Netflix too. The law of attraction is the law that they fundamentally spoke about. That's what they spoke about most. But it's a secondary law. The law of vibration is a primary law, and the law of vibration tells us that we are energy and we're always moving. So if you were to take your hand, your arm, put it under a really high-powered microscope, you would see that it's a mass of energy and it's constantly in motion. But it's moving so fast, around 183,000 miles a second. So to the naked eye, to us, it feels and looks solid. But actually, we're energy. Everything in this universe is made up of energy. Every single thing is energy. Okay? Everything's moving at different speeds, and that is the frequency they're in. So the speed they are moving at is the frequency. It's the vibration. Okay? So now when we're thinking like attracts like, we're talking about what is on the same vibration as us. So to give you an example, so a high frequency vibration is love, it's gratitude, it's appreciation. Feel the feelings of how you'd feel when you think about someone you love. Think about something you're grateful for. Think about something you appreciate. Your heart opens, you feel good. You are vibrating at a high speed. You're vibrating at a high frequency. When we are on a low vibration, when we're feeling disappointment, failure, frustration, bitterness, we kind of shrink, don't we? We're not expansive anymore. We shrink back. We feel slow. We feel low. We're on a low level vibration. So everything that you want, all of your goals, all your desires, when you think about the feeling it's going to make you feel when you have it, that is what we need to match. It's going to be a high vibration. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel excited. You're going to feel grateful. You're going to feel appreciative. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel whatever it is for you, right? So in order to manifest what you want, you need to think about how you'll feel and make sure that you are on that same level of vibration. So if you want 10K months, 20K months, 30K months, you need to be in alignment with those figures. But if you're at 2K months and you're frustrated and overwhelmed, then you are operating at this low level down here, okay? You're down here, but what you want's up here, because you know it's going to feel light, it's going to feel expansive, it's going to feel fun, it's going to be exhilarating. But you can't attract it because it's not on the same vibration as you. It's up here, it's vibrating at a completely different speed. You can't see it, you can't feel it. So a way to think about this is like a radio dial or a movie, tuning into a TV program. These stations are transmitting through the airways all the time, right? But we can only hear them or watch them when we tune in. So we need to tune in to the frequency of the desires that we want. And how do you know what vibration you're in? How do you know what frequency you're in? Your emotions tell you. So like the radio, if you want to listen to country, you don't tune into a radio station that's for rock. You have to tune into the right radio station. If you want to create a life beyond limits, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want 5K months, how does it feel at that point? You need to tune into that frequency, to that vibration. You need to be vibrating at the same level. Otherwise, law of attraction can't do the job that you want it to do because you're not matching. You need to match it in order for like to attract like. Okay? So I'm just going to have a quick sip. So bearing all of this in mind, what are the 3 biggest mistakes that I see most struggling entrepreneurs make? So the first mistake I see most entrepreneurs make, and it's not their fault, and I was the same, is because we were never taught this at school. They don't realize their subconscious is 95% responsible for their results. They don't realize. So law of attraction is constantly responding to whatever you've got going on in your subconscious mind, your paradigm, what I touched on earlier. The aligned and unstoppable entrepreneur reprograms and aligns their subconscious mind so that they can manage their vibration and point of attraction on autopilot. So let me just give you an example here. So if you are busy in your job or busy on your business and you're doing the things that you've been told to do by a strategy coach or something that you've seen online and you're following the steps, but say you have a deep-rooted belief in your subconscious mind that you can't do it. Say that you have a deep-rooted subconscious belief that it's really hard to make money. Say that you've got something in your subconscious mind that's telling you you don't deserve it, you're not good enough. So the way this transpires is that you will either self-sabotage, you'll hold yourself back, there will be a lot of fear created in your body. So what will happen is that we won't take those big action steps. We're not going to step up and do the things we need to in our business. We might hide behind the things that make us feel safe. We might stay busy to feel busy, when really we should be doing a lot less, but be doing the really uncomfortable stuff like going live, like the videos, like the phone calls, like the outreach, whatever it is for you and your business. And you'll know what you're resisting. You'll know what you've had a nudge to doing. You'll know what your intuition has probably suggested that you do. And perhaps you're avoiding it, but that's because of the subconscious beliefs. So your paradigm is literally controlling your behavior every single day. And it's why when we get out of bed, we get out of bed the same side. We go do our teeth, we go to the toilet, whatever your routine is, we go and do the same thing in the same way every single day. That's our paradigm. So it's not all bad. We are literally living on autopilot. We are creating our life on autopilot. We're not really thinking about it because we've done these things so many times that we're doing it automatically. But we're not thinking about, we don't even know where our mind's at half the time, do we? We're just daydreaming. We're here, there, and everywhere. But if law of attraction is constantly responding to our thoughts, what are we doing when we're here, there, and everywhere? What are we attracting then? And when we're not even aware of what we're thinking, the subconscious thoughts are replaying over and over in our mind. We have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And that's just being regurgitated on autopilot, like a reel of just the same old stuff all the time. And law of attraction is responding to that all of the time. So what we need to do is we need to understand what is in our subconscious mind so that we can actually start to rewire it and reprogram it with new thoughts, new ideas, and new beliefs. So one of the things in our subconscious mind is our self-image. So we have beliefs about whether we can do things or not, and we have a self-image about whether we think we're that person and whether we think it's even possible for us. And that is ultimately going to be our control mechanism. It's like a thermostat on the wall controlling the temperature in the room. When you open a window and the temperature starts to drop, then the thermostat will kick in, the heating will come on, and it will get it back to that temperature. You have a thermostat, if you like, or a control mechanism in your subconscious mind, your self-image, which if you start becoming a little bit too successful, start earning a little bit too money, start feeling a little bit too happy, it will kick that thermostat in and bring you back to the level it thinks you're supposed to be at because it's a program. It's just a program. But the best thing about it is it can always be changed. So we need to get our subconscious mind on board. It's 95% of our mind. And it's doing all our attracting when we're not aware of what's going on. So we need to be in there programming it with things that we want to be thinking, believing, and feeling on a daily basis. So that's one mistake. Oh, here we go. I didn't realize I've got a slide for this. So I pretty much covered all of this anyway. So the way that you know what's in your subconscious mind, not specifically, but you'll know if your subconscious is aligned to what you want by your results. If you're not getting the results that you want, your subconscious mind is not aligned. There are beliefs in there that are holding you back. There's limits, there's income ceilings. There could be all sorts of things. So, and remember, it's programmed to the age of 7, plus experiences after that. If you already have these beliefs about you, what you're capable of, what you're not. I'm a bad person. I'm a clever person. I can achieve anything. I find it really, really hard to learn. I'm the slowest reader in the world. I'm the slowest learner. I hate learning. Whatever beliefs those are, you then continue to have experiences in your life that reflect those beliefs back. So your beliefs become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And law of attraction is responding to your beliefs all the time. So the struggling entrepreneur, mistake number 2. So first of all, we need to see what that program is in our subconscious mind so we can start manifesting on autopilot what we want, not what we don't want. Mistake 2, the struggling entrepreneur has a sustained focus on what's wrong. Whereas the aligned and unstoppable entrepreneur stays focused on their vision, and the universe responds and co-creates to move them closer to their goals. So the problem is when we stare at the problems we've got in our business, when we are so obsessed and crippled by what is going wrong, or it might not even be that bad. It might just be we're not getting what we want and we're getting frustrated and we just keep looking at it and going over it and regurgitating it. All that time, our thoughts and feelings, our strong emotions are attracting more of the same to us. We're getting more of the same. So when we feel like we're stuck in what's wrong, we're not stuck. Because we're energy is always moving. We are constantly replaying the same thoughts and ideas over and over in our mind. Law of attraction is constantly responding to them. We're constantly getting the same stuff back in our lives, the same results, the same circumstances. It feels like we're stuck, but we're not. We're perpetuating the same thing over and over and over again. Super frustrating. But with awareness, we can change it. And that's why we're here today. So we can stop doing these things and start changing them. So our brain is geared for survival. That's its job. Its function is to tell us what's wrong. It's to look for danger. So if you think back to the caveman times, if you couldn't even leave a tribe. If you left a tribe, then it's imminent danger because you're on your own. There were so many dangers. The plants that you ate that were wrong, the animals that were out there ready to kill you. It was a dangerous place. Our brain had to be geared to look for what's wrong in order for our species to survive. But today we don't have the same risks. When we're crossing the road, it kicks in then, doesn't it? But our risks, our fears are now more around fear of being seen, fear of being ridiculed, being judged, being seen, being heard, getting it wrong, failing, fear of success. We have all these fears, and our brain is constantly looking out to save us from these fears because it thinks our survival is at risk, which isn't true. These are surface level fears. They feel damn real, don't they? But they're not there to keep us safe. They're actually keeping us playing small. So the more we allow our brain to create that fear, the more we allow ourselves to get completely indulged with what's going on that's wrong, with everything that's not working in our business, with all of the things that we don't want, we are allowing law of attraction to respond to that vibration. We are in a low level vibration. What we want's up here, where we are is down there. We can't reach it. We are not in resonance. We can't find each other. We're several layers down, with several emotions and frequencies down. We just can't connect. Whereas if we were to raise ourselves to that vibration, we can attract it in like magnets, right? So we have to stop getting consumed by the problems and elevate our mind, expand our mindset, expand our consciousness so that we can see past what is happening today. We can know that it's a reflection of our past. And instead, we can focus on our vision. We can stay true with what we want. We can hold that on the screen of our mind so we can have it in our hand. That was Bob Proctor's quote, one of his quotes. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So what we need to do is stop doing it the old way. So this is the struggling entrepreneur doing it the old way. And she is focusing on the results. So that's the focus. The attention is going on the results. Now, what happens is our thoughts are then aligned with what we're looking at, whether we're looking at our vision or what we don't want. Our thoughts are created based on what we're staring at, what we're consumed by, what we're focused on. Our thoughts create feelings. Our feelings create a state of being. And that state of being will drive our behavior. It'll impact our decisions. If you were staring at results that you were frustrated by and didn't want, you would create thoughts that were aligned with that. Why doesn't anything work for me? Nothing's worked before. I tried so hard to do this. It didn't work. What can I do? I don't know what to do. I can't do this. I'm a failure. What if it never works? It's going to make you feel bad. So then we go to emotions. It's going to make you feel bad. Rubbish, disempowered, powerless, disappointed, frustrated. That's going to create a state which could lead to feeling anxious. It could lead to feeling depressed, really low. And from that state, are we going to step up and just confidently stride towards our goals? Are we going to, eat fear for breakfast and just get out of our comfort zones and take some hairy, scary actions, go for the big goals? Are we going to be marching around saying, I've got this, I can do this? Or are we going to say, I suck, I can't do this? And then if we're going to do that, we're going to stay small. We're going to hide. We're going to stick to the busy work so we can still talk ourselves into thinking that we're doing the things we need to in our business. But actually, we don't have to get uncomfortable. We don't have to show ourselves. We don't have to be seen. We don't have to be heard. We don't have to risk getting it wrong. We keep ourselves small, compact, and of course, we're not going to get results in our business when we do that. So this is the new way. The aligned and unstoppable entrepreneur focuses on the vision and goals of what do I want and why? What do I want? What am I creating? What lights me up? I want to focus there because now the thoughts that I'm getting are ideas of how to make it happen. They're thoughts of excitement. They're thoughts of, I can do this. Let's do this. This is fun. I love doing this. I can handle the challenges. I'm good. Let's go after it. Let's make this happen. Let's be an example to my children, to my partner, to my clients. I've got this. The emotions are lit up, empowered, unstoppable, confident, right? Excited. And that state's going to be positive, which means that the actions you're going to take are going to be impactful. They're going to get you results. You're going to get out your comfort zone. You're going to take big action. You're going to do all these things that you know you should be doing that you haven't had the confidence to. You're going to show yourself. You're going to walk through fear, even though you're scared of failure. Walk through fear, even if you're scared of success. You're going to do it anyway because you've got your eye on the prize, and that's where your focus is. And because of that, law of attraction is bringing you things to help you achieve that goal because you're now operating at its level. So it's only a matter of time before you attract it. So mistake number 3, and this is a good one, and this was me for the longest time, the struggling entrepreneur gets stuck on the strategy and the how. Have you found yourself here? We say, what do I want? How do I do it? Damn, I don't know how. Leave it, ignore it, let's go. So the aligned and unstoppable entrepreneur does not get caught in the how. The aligned and unstoppable entrepreneur knows that their job is the what and the why. And we'll come on to this in a minute. Their job isn't the how, it's the universe's job. It's the universe's job to give us the prompts, to give us the nudges, to give us the steps, the breadcrumbs to actually achieving our vision, our goals, our desires. And so they become a match to their goals for effortless manifesting because they're leaving themselves open. They're surrendering to the process. They're not focused on how. Right? Let's just see. Yeah, okay. So the more we focus on how we're going to do it, the more we are shutting off the support from the universe. We're saying, I'm in this alone. I don't need this. We're actually putting a wall around us where we're not allowing it in. And then what happens is, just like when we're focusing on our problems, we get such tunnel vision. All we can see is our problems. All we can see is things not working, things not going wrong. And we attract more and more and more, and everything gets worse. And this is what happened in my business, is everything got worse. I was looking at myself thinking, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's not working. And then my business started failing. So I was just compounding this disappointment, all these things that weren't working. And all I was doing was focusing on the how. I never focused on my subconscious. I never focused on me, how I was attracting these things, what I needed to do inside of me to shift, whether I was allowing the universe to help me or not. So when we get stuck on the how, we're not even leaving ourselves open to the answers, because we're just focused on the fact that we can't do it. We don't know how. I don't know. Instead of allowing, right? So this is the hardest thing for us as entrepreneurs, because we know we need to take action in our business, but we need to release the how. We need to let go of that. We need to trust that it's going to be revealed to us. Steve Jobs said, you can only join the dots looking back. And isn't that true? And I just encourage you to think of a time in your life where you've achieved something amazing. You had no idea how you were going to do it. And it's only looking back that you realized how you did it, right? And this is what we need to do here. We just need to trust that the way is going to reveal itself, because it always does. But the more we home in on the how, the more we're chasing the perfect strategy, the more we're getting obsessed with someone doing it the right way and us just having to copy someone else's thing to the T to make it work for us, the more we're giving our power away, the less we're trusting in ourselves in the process, the less we're allowing the universe to help us. So we don't want to get stuck on the how. So with all of this, what does all of this mean? How can you apply this? So all of this means that the fastest way to grow your business and increase your income is to become an energetic match to your goals. And you do this through the things that I've spoken about. You align your subconscious mind. You understand what's in there that's creating your results right now. Anyway, we have to move from a have, be, do model. So most of us say, and this is society, when I'm a millionaire, or when I've got a 7-figure business, when I've got a 6-figure business, when I start earning 5K a month, then I'm going to invest in support. Then I'm going to invest in a coach. Then I'm going to invest in a program to help me. Then I'm going to invest in a VA. But only when I have to have the thing. Then I'm going to be the person, I'm going to be the entrepreneur that invests, and then I'm going to invest. But the problem is, if you need to grow your business and you're struggling and you haven't done it so far on your own, you're going to need to do those things before in order to have. So actually, it's the be, do, have. It's the be, do, have model that we need to follow. We need to become that version of us at the end result. So we need to say, right, my income goal is 2K months, 5K months, 50K months, whatever it is. Who am I at that level? I need to become her now. That way I'm going to do the things that my business requires in order to get me to there. Because how's your business ever going to change if you're not acting at that level, if you're not doing the things that need to be done to create those consistent 5K, 10K, 50K months, right? So we have to be, do, and then we have. It's always be first. So we have to become that energetic match. We have to be on the right vibration, on the right frequency, so that law of attraction is responding to us and helping us. Your business and results are a mirror of who you're being. So you know how you're programmed by looking at your results. So if the results that you have in your business aren't what you want, then you go inside and start reflecting. What is it in me that's creating this? What are my fears? What are my doubts? What are my worries? What are my beliefs? How do I see myself? What's the truth? Do I believe in myself? Am I scared of failure? Am I scared of success? What is it? We need to shift our thoughts, because remember, thoughts, feelings, actions. Our thoughts create our feelings impact our actions. And all of these create not only our results, but they also create our point of attraction. So law of attraction is responding. Every one of those has energy. Remember, we're energy. Thoughts are the most potent form of energy. You layer that with emotion, good or bad, doesn't matter. Strong emotion, that magnifies the power of that thought going out into the universe. And then you back it up with actions, whether they're actions that aren't helpful or whether they're actions that are empowered and aligned to your goal. And then law of attraction responds to all of that. So you're creating results from that. And it's your point of attraction for law of attraction to respond back to. So your vibration is your point of your attraction. And your vibration is made of your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. Thoughts being conscious and subconscious, the paradigm, remember. So this is what we need to address to radically shift are the results that we're getting. So now we can come on to the juicy bit. What are these 3 steps we need to do then? To hit any goal or any income or business goal when we're using law of attraction. Right, so step 1. This is the fun part. The part that most people don't allow themselves to do. You get to decide. You get to set your goal and get laser clear on what you want and why you want it. So this is where most people get stuck, remember, on the how. What do I want? I want this. I don't know how. I can't have it. Game over. That's not what we want to do here. Your job is the what and the why. It's the universe's job is the rest. The universe's job is the how and the when. The universe will move people, things, circumstances, situations to meet you where you are and help you achieve that goal, to give you what you want. So you need to get out of the way for that. But how is it going to help you if you don't know what you want? And how would you maintain the focus, hold the vision? How will you be inspired and motivated to solid action, bold action, when you don't know why you even want it? If it's a shallow goal, we're not going to be driven to actually creating change, to actually attracting and generating those results. So what do you want? What is your goal? What is your goal in your business? What's your income goal? And why do you want it? Because we, as a society, can so easily be brainwashed into thinking, I've got to have 10K months. That's what I want. Yep, I want 10K months. Why? And do you really? Is it really what you want? Is it in alignment with what you want? Does it light you up? Will it change your life? Will it put a fire in your belly? Like, is it actually what you want, or is it what you think you should want? Because that's what other people are saying they want. You know, we're bombarded with this on social media. So it's no surprise we start thinking that we want things that we might not necessarily want. We might not necessarily want that at all. You might be thinking now 10K isn't enough. I want 50K, because if I'm limitless and I have infinite potential, why would I be settling at an industry standard that's used all over Facebook ads? You don't have to. This is your choice. What do you want? What is this dream life of yours? What would you love to achieve? When you get to the end of your life and you're looking back on your life, what will you wish you'd achieved? What will you wish you'd have had? What will you wish you'd have experienced, given your children, shared with the world? What would you regret? Flip that. If you regret it, then add it. If you'd regret it, not having it or doing it or being it, then put it into your dream, put it into your vision, and make it a priority that actually, no, I'm going to set the attention and I'm going to achieve that. You don't need to know how, remember? You've got to have something that's compelling enough to drive you out of your comfort zone, to be willing to do new things, to be willing to step through your fear, to be willing to overcome your doubt. So look at your goals now and ask yourself, why have I picked them? What are they going to give me? What are they going to give me physically? What are they going to give my business, my clients, my family? What's the ripple effect? How's it going to make me feel? What are the emotions I think I'm going to get from this? How is this going to change my life? So another thing to look at, and this is really important as well, is it a need or a desire? So there's a real big distinction between these two, and it may not sound like there is, but energetically, there's a huge difference. When we need something, when we really, really need it, you know, that feeling of longing for something. I've wanted it for so long and I feel like I can't have it. That's built on lack. That's come from lack. right? So what are we doing if we are thinking from lack, feeling from lack? If our vibration's in lack, what are we attracting with law of attraction? More lack, more things that are scarce, more scarcity, more things going wrong. Like the longer we're going to stay in lack. Whereas if we have a desire, it just has less attachment to it, right? What is something I'd love? I would love to have that because of this, because it will give me this, because it's amazing. But I don't need it. I don't need it for validation, for survival, for feeling worthy. I don't need to have it to feel good about myself. I don't need to have it to feel the feelings because I can feel them today anyway. So make sure you look at this and just allow yourself to focus on desires as opposed to needs. Needy energy is repellent, not just to women and men. It's repellent to the universe as well. And the universe is just going to give you more things to need. So finally on this, are you giving yourself permission right here, right now, with your goals, with your income goals, or are you allowing your beliefs around your limitation to affect them, to impact them? Are you playing small because you're worried about what people may think of you? Are you scared of losing people rejecting you, judging you, blaming you if you're much more successful than them or than anyone else? Have a look at this. This is so important. If your life's limitless, which it is, if you're limitless, which you are, then why wouldn't you give yourself permission to go after it and show other people how to do the same? Just leading by example will inspire so many people to do the same. You can be an example, right? So give yourself permission, and not to do things because someone else wants it of you or wants them for you, but things that light you up, things that you really, really, truly want. So what are those things? So step number 2, when you know what you want and why you want it, your job is to get into alignment. You want to become the vibrational match to those things so that you can attract. It starts with the thought, right? So you can attract the thoughts, the ideas, the solutions, the way, the how. You want to attract the how through thought, but you can only attract thoughts that are on your level of vibration, right? Not down here. You have to raise your vibration. So how do we do this? We look at the version of us that already has achieved this goal and we embody her now. We embody the next level you. So you need to get really clear and embody the version of you that's already achieved your goal. So what we tend to do is we tend to try and do, and we totally, the first thing, like we've said, is just resort to, what do I need to do? How do I do it? How do I do it? What's that person doing? What's working for them? What's working for them? And we just go around bouncing from one way to another, to another, to another. But it's about our energy. It's about our thoughts. Our consciousness is creating our results, not what someone else is or isn't doing. It's our consciousness. It's our thoughts, our feelings, which are impacting the actions we take, which are then getting a direct response from the universe. So it's not the doing, it's not the do. It's not the try harder, try longer, still get the same results. It's the who do we need to be? So who you are right now is what brought you to here today, which is perfect. There's no judgment, there's no blame, there's never any criticism for that. It's amazing, and we're here today right now. But the same person that got you here, the same version of you that got you here today will not get you to that goal. You have to change. Something in you needs to change. You need to become more. You need to allow more of yourself out. So who is that version? What is that version? What is that version that's on a higher frequency? We have to level up to that next level. So our life is a mirror of the mind. I love this metaphor, this analogy. I love it because everything you have in your life right now, all of your results in your business, all of your results in your life, your relationships, everything is a mirror of your mind. So anything that we're looking at that we don't like, there's something in our mind that is creating that, that's attracting that. Okay. So our life is a mirror. And remember, it was mostly created through our subconscious as a child, right? But it's a mirror of our mind. So, and remember, I spoke about self-image. And this is actually where this piece really, really comes in. Self-image is part of our paradigm. It's that secret self we hold inside. It's the secrets that we have about ourselves, the secrets that we think about ourselves, that we feel about ourselves, as well as the good stuff. So, you know, why we're proud of ourselves, why we like ourselves, the things that we like. It's also that part of us that we shove down to the surface, the shadow self, Carl Jung called it. It's the parts of us that we're ashamed of, that we blame and resentful, that we judge, that we criticize. It's the parts of ourselves that we try and hide so no one can see. But we know deep down that we are either not loving it, not liking it, we're ashamed, we're embarrassed to be us. It's all of this. It's the concept that we have of who we are and what we're capable of. It's whether or not we think we can do it. It's the beliefs of whether we think we're worthy and capable or not, or deserving. They're all hidden in the depths of our subconscious mind. And when we look at our self-image, this is how we embody our next level self, is by looking at our self-image. Who are we right now? Who do we want to be right now? We create a blueprint of that person and we move towards that person, right? It's not massively complicated. And I share tools with my clients where you can reprogram your subconscious mind to accepting this version of you is true. Now, what I just want to say about this is we're not creating someone new. We're not giving you a personality transplant. It's none of that. All we're doing is unlocking some of the stuff. We're letting go of some of the crap that's been shoved down for so many years. And the version that you're embodying is the version you have that inside you already. Life is a mirror of our mind. You will only ever look at someone and want to have what they have, want to be like them, love their characteristics. You'll be drawn to someone because you have it in you. You just don't realize you are it already. You tell yourself you want it because you haven't got it, but it's just you haven't found it within you yet. So all of these things, all these ways you want to be, what creates success, a successful entrepreneur, that next level self for you, it's all already within you. And that is the best news, because all you need to do is start unlocking it. It's going to give you 100 times more results than changing a strategy, than creating a new TikTok, than going viral, than this, that, or the other. It's going to give you everything, because this is long and lasting, permanent change, and it makes you magnetic. It makes people drawn to you, want to come and work with you, want to listen to you. So let's take an income goal, just as a quick example. So if I was to say to you, what is your income goal? What would you love? Not what you think you can do, not what you can do that's a little bit better than before. Like, what do you truly want? What would be life-changing? The 5K, the 10K, the 50K? What's life-changing? And now, just for a moment, if I was to say, go hit that now, like, that's cool, you've decided it, hit it next month. Go hit it next month. You'd probably feel something in your body somewhere, some resistance. And that resistance telling you that you've got subconscious thoughts going on. You might even notice them in your conscious mind. I can't do that. How can I do that? I don't have the business set up. I don't have enough clients. My audience isn't long enough. I don't have email marketing set up. I'm not doing Facebook ads. I'm not. All of this stuff comes out. All of these things, they're all beliefs that we're telling ourselves as to why we can't have the thing that we want. So this immediately starts to show you where you're at vibrationally. 50K months up here. I can't, how? I haven't got this, haven't got that. I don't have a team. I don't have this, whatever. So we're down there. So we need to raise ourselves to see ourselves like that version now, to start embodying that version, start embodying those emotions that she feels, to start embodying those actions that they take, right? So you need to get really, really clear on this version of you. And it's really, really simple to do, because what I do with my clients is I take them into the future. We do visualizations. We do all sorts of amazing meditations where we can actually start seeing ourselves for who we really are, tapping into the subconscious mind and bringing this to the surface. No one else can tell you any of this. You are the only person that can find these answers, and you already can find them within you. If I was to give you a visualization today, you'd be able to listen to it and you would come out with so much clarity and so many answers, because they're already in you. You don't need someone else for that. They're already in you. Okay. You want to know how she thinks, how she feels, how she acts, the difference in characteristics, because the only thing that's stopping you from being her now is the beliefs that you have in your subconscious mind. It's the limitations that you think you have. So just to give you an example of how this actually works and what kind of results it gets for people, one of my clients, when she first started working with me in one of my programs, she had so much fear and anxiety around talking to potential clients. She was running two parts of her business. One of them she really, really wanted to run. It was her soul calling. It was her purpose, but she wasn't doing anything with it because of something someone had told her a few years before that made her feel like an imposter. She was carrying someone else's snarky comment and belief about her. And she'd embodied their belief and told herself that there's no way she can do that. So the part of her business that she really wanted to do, she wasn't running. She was running another part of her business that she really didn't want to do. And because she was making money from it, she couldn't justify not doing it. So she was stuck not doing what she wanted. She was anxious. She felt like an imposter. She couldn't get on a call with people. She didn't want to put herself out there. She resorted to perfectionism, which is avoidance. Perfectionism is procrastination in disguise. So she relied on that. And that stopped her from actually having to put herself out there. Within 6 weeks, she was in in one of my main programs, and within 6 weeks of doing this work, like deciding, creating a vision, starting to work with her self-image and really, really integrate it within her very being, she closed off the side of the business that she didn't want to do anymore. She realized, she let go of that belief. She eliminated that belief that someone else had put on her, and she went full in on the side of the business that she loved. She immediately got a client who then kept paying her time and time again to go to the next level, the next step. Meanwhile, she attracted another 3 clients for discovery calls, and she showed up on the calls knowing her value. She wasn't scared. She wasn't anxious. She showed up telling them what she had. If you're a match, you're a match. If you're not, you're not. There was no attachment. There was no, I'm a failure. It means something about me if they don't work with me. All of that had gone. It gave her so much freedom. She said walking down the street felt different. Every day felt different. Her relationship with her husband just improved by default. They were closer. She was happier. She loved herself for the first time, right? It has a profound impact on our lives. Another one of my clients went from feeling completely burned out and anxious. She was working in her corporate job. She had a dream to write a book when she was a child. She had a dream to maybe start a coaching business. She didn't really know what she wanted to do, but she knew that she needed something. She needed change. And she was getting ill. She was on burnout, complete burnout. So she started working with me and then doing this type of work. And she immediately went on, she got the courage to ask for a sabbatical with her boss, who said yes. They gave her 3 months sabbatical, which gave her immediate relief. She wouldn't have done that before. She didn't have the courage. She thinks that if she hadn't done that and she hadn't done this work, she would have ended up being signed off sick. So that was the first step. That was right at the beginning. First step was to do that. And then she did a load of work on her self-image. Within 6 weeks, she'd picked up her childhood dream and written the first draft of a novel. From nowhere, just wrote a book. Within 12 weeks, she'd quit her job and started a coaching business and was getting clients in. 12 weeks of really focusing on this work, the embodying the future you, shifting yourself. Because all this work does is it shows you who you really are for the first time, maybe ever. Helps you create empowering beliefs that really support you and your dream. So, and this is what I had to do. So when we, the biggest piece for us, when we went from like our failing business to then creating a 7-figure year, the biggest piece for us was that we had to identify what is the 7-figure version of us? Who are they? What's the difference? What's the gap? What are they doing that's different? How are they thinking? How are they feeling every day? What are the types of conversations they have in their meetings? What are they doing? What are their beliefs? What's their vibration? Right? We had to literally write this down and become it. And becoming it didn't make us someone different. We didn't lose who we were. We just decided to practice and wear these other new qualities, change our habits, change our thoughts, change our feelings. And all of this came from deciding what we wanted, creating that breakthrough goal. So this is everything. Law of attraction responds, and you get completely different results anyway, because your thoughts, actions, emotions, and actions are completely different, right? And the how comes. The right strategy coach, the right strategy program, whatever it is, the right platform, this comes step by step. This does get revealed. So this isn't actually number 3 is, let's just share my screen again. And we are almost there, guys. Oh, before I move on so hastily, this is why working on your self-image, that concept, that secret concept of yourself, is so powerful. These are the different levels that we can change on. These are the different levels that we can embody change on. We could start with our environment. If we want to hit these goals, we could start by wearing nicer clothes. Like, what is this version of us? What is the version of us that already has it? What is she wearing? What does she look like? Where does she work? So maybe sometimes she goes to a hotel with a coffee and a laptop and sits somewhere really luxurious. Maybe sometimes, maybe she's just completely redone her office and her desk, and it's inspiring, and she has all these inspiring quotes and things around her. That's only going to get us so far. These are all good things to do, but they're only going to get us so far, because actually how we think about ourselves on a subconscious level is going to smash the hell out of that. So then we go up to behavior, right? What are the things I need to do? And this is where we do the do, right? What are the strategies that people are doing? What are the actions I need to take? But it's the thoughts and emotion and energy behind those actions that are going to give us the outcome. And it's whether we're going to step up and show up or not. So then we go and learn more skills, right? I need to learn something else. I'm doing another strategy course. But if we don't believe we can do it, if we still have beliefs that are limiting our income, if we still have beliefs that we could never earn that much, if we still have hidden income ceilings in our subconscious mind, if we still have values where we actually value hard work and hustle more than alignment and flow, then we're never going to be able to override those bottom layers, because those bottom layers are transactional layers. They're dealing with symptoms. They're dealing with outside things. Law of attraction responds to who you're being at the very core of you, in your subconscious mind, in your soul. Like, what is the core of you? So then when we go up the pyramid and we start to change and focus on those top levels, purpose, you change your purpose, you're going to change everything, because you're going to become someone different because you've changed your purpose. When you go to self-image, which is the second highest, when you start changing your self-image, automatically your values and beliefs will change. Automatically, you will go finding new skills. You will develop new skills. Automatically, your behavior will change, because your thoughts are controlling your behavior. Your thoughts and emotions, right? They're controlling the actions you take. It's going to automatically change. When you create a new self-image and you embody it and embrace it and see it as you, all of those bottom layers change, which is why self-image is the fastest way to create lasting change, radical change. And the law of attraction will respond to that instantly, as soon as it's accepted as who you really are, as soon as that 95% of your subconscious mind is in line with that new self-image, right? So step number 3 is act. So number 1, decide, what am I? 2, embody that version of you now, your self-image. 3, take action from that place now. This is where we need to stop getting stuck on the how. Listen to the nudges from your intuition and the universe. This is so important. Inspired action means you are trusting your intuition. You're trusting your gut, your heart. You're following your heart. You're not listening to the mind chatter. You're not getting roped into the Facebook ads and posts where everyone's got the best strategy. You're being drawn inside to be guided by your intuition. You'll have now things that you feel like you should do. What are those things? You might be scared to do them and you might be resistant to them. But what are the things that you feel like I should do? That's how you know when it's your intuition speaking. Your intuition speaks in whispers. I feel like doing this. I have this urge to do this. I have this desire and I don't know why. I don't know why I need to do this, but I feel it's what I should be doing. It's those thoughts. They're the actions. They're the nudges we need to follow. And when we just surrender and allow these to come in, inspiration comes to me so many times during the day when I'm aligned. If I'm aligned and I'm not focused on how, if I'm not stuck on what's wrong and I'm not focused on the how, I can be walking the dog and I get a million ideas. When I set the intention and ask for an answer on something and expect to get it, I'll get the answers that day. They'll come through when I'm dog walking, when my mind's quiet, when I'm present, if I'm in the shower, when I'm washing the dishes, listening to music, having fun. The ideas come. This is how it's not a step-by-step process. You're not going to get the map from the universe of exactly the steps that you need to take. It's going to come through inspiration. And when that inspiration comes, you need to act on it straight away. The universe rewards speed. It will respond to you. If you respond straight away, it will respond back. Don't lose those moments. Don't lose those insights and those nudges. By doing this, you will start to create more trust in yourself and what you're capable of. You'll start to develop more belief and faith in you and the universe. So just another example of how this works in our life. Crystal, one of my clients, she really, really wanted to create a program that's like Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, big global program from the 1930s, massive program. She had got in her head so much that it was so big, and she was just, who was she to be doing it? How could she ever do something that big? It's too big, it's too huge, it's too monstrous. When she started working with me and doing this work, she immediately allowed herself to start seeing herself as the person that could do it, that can do it, that's supposed to do it. She's here to serve. And as soon as she dropped the how and just focused on what she wanted, focused on who she needed to become, suddenly she was able to create a framework for a 6-week program, I think it was. And then she started getting beta clients. This was within 6 weeks of us doing this work together. So she'd gone from something that was a dream that felt miles away, that she'd never be able to do, to suddenly having a program. And the more she focused on alignment, on vibration, on being aligned to that version of her, of feeling good, the more she focused on that, the more came to her. I think she had chickens, she was saying, and someone came to pick up some eggs. And by fluke, she asked them a question that they then responded, and she discovered that they were actually someone that could help her with rolling out this massive program globally to people in need. And the more they talked, the more they realized they were supposed to meet, that he was there to help her. He was there to be a cooperative component from the universe, but he'd only gone to get eggs. You couldn't make that happen. You couldn't force that to happen. We can't plan this stuff. We have to surrender and allow it to come to us. When we were when our business was struggling, we'd made that goal. We're going to hit 1 million in 12 months. I didn't know how, but something prompted me to go into my Gmail and look at my junk folder. And I did. And as soon as I went in there, I saw, and random, I'd never done it before, never done it before. But as soon as I went in there, I saw an invitation to go and do a 30-day email challenge. So I went and did that, and we ended up going into the guy's program after that. And we were given all the things and the steps that we needed to do that helped from the strategy perspective of making that happen. But that's because I followed my intuition and the nudges and listened and went to check that folder, even though I didn't know why, with 35 other thousand emails in there, right? So we need to listen, and we need to be following our intuition. So what gets in the way then? When we get to step 1, don't we? We create this vision, we create these goals, we get really excited. Then we start it and it feels hard. Suddenly it feels hard. The fears come up, the doubt comes up. We get caught in the how and the when. We start controlling instead of allowing. We're trying to control everything around us, which means we're shutting the universe out. We don't believe it's possible for us. We allow our fears to take over, our fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change. And we're out of alignment. And then we're back into struggle, right? And this is why doing the work on that embodiment piece, the self-image, is so important, and taking action from that self-image is so, so important. So I'd just love to take you on a really quick trip into your future. This is something I love to do with clients. I'm just going to do it for just a couple of moments. Okay. So all I'm going to ask you to do now is just take a seat. You already probably sat down. Just sit back. Just maybe even close your eyes. Just relax just for a moment. And I would love you to just think 3 weeks from now. Just think 3 weeks from now. Just imagine that you've set a breakthrough goal. You know exactly who you need to be. You've worked it out. You've got the blueprint. And you've started embodying that version of you. So all the things I've spoken with you about today, you've implemented them. You started embodying that version of you that you know deep down you can be, but you perhaps thought wasn't for you, that you couldn't because of whatever limitations. You started working through that. It's been 3 weeks. You can start feeling it in your body. You notice that you're showing up in a different way to your business. You feel differently. There's a relief. There's a knowing. There's a trusting. And you just feel like things are changing. And you know they are because you're willing to take different actions. You're suddenly starting to behave a little bit differently in your business. And you're feeling different. You're feeling more confident, more empowered. People are responding to you differently. And it's starting to feel good. Now just imagine 3 months from then, or 3 months from now. Imagine you're making really good progress on that goal. Maybe you're halfway through. Maybe you've almost hit it. Maybe you're just on the brink of hitting that goal. You can see things coming together. There's big shifts around you. People, conditions, everything's changing. You're watching the evidence of law of attraction shifting and changing things for you. Things feel easier. You know what you need to do. You feel more in alignment. Your trust is so much deeper and stronger. Your faith, your belief, you know that you're doing it. You've started doubling your sales. Clients are coming in more effortlessly. Everything's happening so much easier and you love what you do. You're thriving. But you know you've only just scratched the surface with this. How does it feel? And what do you notice in your body? Now just imagine 12 months from now. You haven't just smashed that goal, you've smashed the next one and the next one. It's unbelievable how fast this transformation is happening. You're looking back with a microscope at the last 12 months at this point in time. You cannot believe how far you've come. You cannot believe what you're capable of. As soon as you started believing in yourself, what you could achieve. You've become this version of you. You're so proud. You've achieved something you once thought you'd never be able to through every cell in your body. You've blown up your business. You're making more money than ever. You've radically shifted your income, your business, and your life. You've got more time with your family. Your relationships have improved. Everything's coming so effortlessly. Ideas are streaming all the time, and it feels like you're being handed things on a plate because law of attraction is working for you and through you, giving you exactly what you want. And you're looking back on this moment, the moment that you decided to become that person. And you realize that person was always in you. You've just been letting the fears, the reasons, the excuses of the past stop you. And you notice that the evidence was right in front of you. And you step forward into who that was. And you feel so grateful looking back that you gave yourself that opportunity to change, that you gave yourself that commitment. How does that feel? And now just come back to me now. And my question to you is, are you committed to being that person? Are you going to leave this masterclass with a commitment to change this, with a commitment to choose you and your life, with a commitment to actually allowing yourself to see what you're capable of. How incredible would that be? So we've had a reminder of the law of attraction, the law of vibration. You've learned the 3 biggest mistakes most entrepreneurs make when it comes to law of attraction. When you make this commitment to you, you can overcome these 3 biggest mistakes that most people make. Not realizing the role of their subconscious mind, their sustained focus on what's wrong and what's not working, feeling stuck on the strategy and the how. And you also know the 3 steps to becoming an aligned and unstoppable entrepreneur. So you can actually leverage law of attraction to hit any income goal or business goal. And you can actually apply the same process to any personal goal, whether it's health goal or anything. So the 3 steps as a recap are: decide what the goal is and why it's important to you. Decide who you need to become and embody that version now. And then take aligned action from that version. So if you're really, really serious and you're ready to do this, like I said, you can take the information that I've shared with you and you can start implementing this straight away. Absolutely. Start doing it. Implement it. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to get what you want, to have what you want, to create what you want. And if you're really, really serious about doing this and you don't just want to, you want to eliminate the guesswork, you don't just want to try it on your own, you don't want to be left on your own to do it, you want to follow a proven step-by-step process to make it easier and faster for you, then I'd love to share the next few steps with you. So if you resonate with me and you've enjoyed what you've been experiencing, what you've listened to, what you've watched, I've got a really special offer for you. So it's called the Self-Image Upgrade, which is an on-demand program which you get immediate access to. It walks you through these 3 steps in detail. It covers everything we have covered in this whole masterclass. You go deep on all of it and you actually learn to reprogram your subconscious mind with your new self-image. You will define what it is you want. You will define who it is you need to become. And you will start acting like that person now, moving through fear, overcoming doubt, making more money, growing your business, attracting more clients, making more sales, having more confidence, having more self-worth, feeling worthy and deserving, feeling more empowered and motivated and inspired. So I'm just going to share this for those of you that resonate and want to take that next step. This workshop's called the Self-Image Workshop, and it's a simple, proven, step-by-step process to fast-track your future self and program your subconscious mind so that you become a magnet for your dreams. I can't read this because I've got the screen sharing thing, and the success that you desire. Right now, just for you guys, because you've sat here through this masterclass, I want to give you something back. So I'm offering you 50% off. If you sign up in the next 48 hours or so, then that 50% off is going to be there for you. So I'm just going to give you a quick recap of what it is and just show you quickly what it is. And then this will be the end of this masterclass. So there is the link. It will be in the description as well. But here is the link. So you might want to take a screenshot of that or use the link in the description. And this is where you're going to learn to embody your future self and become magnetic to your goals and desires. You're going to create a vision for your business and life more than just picking a goal. I'm going to get you to go deep and really create something that's incredible, covering everything that we spoke about, something that will compel you to action, motivate you to change, and inspire you. We're going to identify the gap between who you are right now and who you need to become. This is going to give you your future you blueprint. So you know how you need to think. So you know how you need to feel and act. You know what you need to change, what you need to allow, what you need to unlock from inside of you. I'm going to give you proven success tools to reprogram your subconscious mind. So this becomes a new automatic program so that you start to replace that paradigm and this becomes more effortless. You step into your future self now. You think, feel, and act like her today. You take inspired action from the end result to create significant shifts in your results and income. And you will be prompted through this. It's a 4 or 5 video workshop with a breakthrough study guide, and it guides you through every single step of this process. You do not need to do it alone. You don't need to think or guess. You just need to allow. You just need to reflect and create and follow the prompts. It's going to help you inspire and compel you to dream big and boldly create a life without limits, create unshakable confidence and self-belief, give you the courage to take uncomfortable action that you know your business needs, attract and sign clients with more confidence, knowing your true value. Allow yourself to earn more money, create more success without any guilt or not feeling good enough. It's going to help you improve your relationships. Remember what I said about one of my clients, by default, her relationships, all of their relationships improve when they do this work. Help you own who you are without apology or limitation. Stop self-sabotage, remove hidden mind blocks, limitations, and income ceilings. And take inspired action that gets results so you can stop getting in your own way. So that is the end of this. There's the link again for you that you can screenshot if you need it. And then just go and check out the information on that page to see if this is something that's going to help you. I'm a big believer in investing in myself so I can make things happen faster. I don't want to hang around. I don't want to wait decades for things to change by themselves. I want the fast path. And I love to grow. I love to become different. And I love to be shown how to do it. So remember, that version of you is already inside of you. You can leave this program right now, this masterclass right now, and start taking some new actions. Start creating that version now. So I hope you've enjoyed this masterclass. I'm really, really grateful that you've actually been here and you spent this time. It's testament to the commitment you have to your own growth, to your own business, and to making a difference in your own life. So thank you so much. I'm really grateful for your time. I really appreciate you spending it here with me. I love speaking to people like you and sharing what I know so you can make the changes in your life. So I hope at one point we touch base and I speak to you. In the meantime, have a fantastic day and go and implement what you've learned. And I will see you again one day to your greatest success. Bye-bye.